The payouts here real quick and see how we've been doing tonight. It looks like so far tonight we have only received one bounty prize of 1.3 million, which is not very good, but it is what we have managed to receive. Most of what we've had to do tonight have been tag missions and not bounty missions. Let's go ahead and see what else we can get here. We got the Rogue Slave Traders. This is a two-part mission, so we're going to go ahead and get started on that one. That one is another system over, and it looks like... I'm trying to see who this is against. This is against the Sansha Nation.
That is EM damage.
And it says I do need more cargo space than I currently have, so I'm going to have to clear up a little bit of room so I can pick up all of these prisoners.
Seeing as this vagabond is not set up to tank Sansha, I will be switching back to the Proteus.
And there now I have enough room to actually complete this mission, which is one of the things that I try to make sure that I do have. So here we go, we're going to go right back out here and get started on this. As soon as he's out in space here, then we'll get moving again and get to that next system.
Yep, that vagabond had 789,000 worth of armor repairs. I did not pay for that. I will switch an armor rep off of one of my other ships later and rep that up. This way it won't cost me anything.
Looks like we just passed Saturn on this one. Had some nice little rings around it. So here we are at the gate. As soon as we stop moving here, we can get through and just go get started on this particular mission. Now this one we have not seen yet, so this is another one of the new ones that we have not seen. So let's hope we can get through it here fairly quickly and get it done.
And I am through, so you can warp us there at any time.
And here we go, we are now on our way in.
Looks like you warped off just a little bit before me, so you will be taking all the aggro most likely.
It depends on whether or not it's gated. Since we haven't run this one yet, I'm not sure that it is or it is not gated.
I don't believe this one is, but well, nope, it is not.
It is not gated. I'm going to start with that Centus Dreadlord. It is worth 1.1 million ISK. I do have my short range already on their way out, and we're going to get started on him. I already have everything else locked onto me, so all of that damage is already coming my direction. They are directly below us, so that makes getting a camera angle on them just a little bit more fun here. As soon as he gets in, we're going to have him start taking out these frigates that are quick flying right up on top of us at about 500 meters a second on a few, and the Demon, however, was doing almost 1 kilometer per second. Now, as they get within 10 kilometers, I can use my own guns to fire at them, but until they are within that range, I cannot really fire at them. Now, these are Sansha, so these are some of the newer style ships. So let me get onto one of these so you can see what that looks like. They are kind of buggish-like, but they are kind of a cool little ship. They kind of do look like a beetle, which makes them very, very interesting. If we look at the Dreadlord over here, the one that I am currently firing at, it is the one that you do see in some of the EVE videos that are out, done by CCP. They are a very interesting looking ship, very, very bug-like.
And these are faction ships that you can get and fly in-game. So if you do train your skills right, you can fly these ships. They are kind of expensive to get, but they are also very fun to fly from the people that I know who have them, so...
And there he goes. He has now died, and we are moving on to the next ship. We do also have some slave pens and things out here that we need to destroy. So we're going to go ahead and get those locked up. The slave pens should be where I pick up the prisoners from. So we will go ahead and get those destroyed just as soon as we can.
Yep. Now, as soon as this mission is done, I will let you fly in and pick those prisoners up, because if I do remember right, this mission does have a chance to have a ship spawn in that is worth anywhere from 1 to 10 million in bounty. If you do get the 10 million in bounty one, he has the chance to drop a +5 implant.
And I've got my hopes set. I switched to my long-range sentries just because these guys are just a hair bit out of range of my guards. My guards' range right now seems to be between 40 and 50. They can hit between 40 and 50, but not as accurately as they can under 40 kilometers. So my wardens, however, are a little over 120 kilometers on their range, so they hit quite a bit better at range. There went the first one. And now we're going to go ahead and start on this Stargate. And his shields are already gone. Armor is almost gone. We'll see if this is structure tanked. It does appear that it is, and we are just very, very slowly ticking through this. If you want to take your Proteus over there and get started, or send your drones, that would be amazing.
Yep, my drones are already on the way, and I will start meandering my way over there while I get our salvage ship into the proper system here.
Now, some of the things that are in these missions you do not need to destroy. We tend to just destroy all the destructible buildings, just in case there is a good drop from them. You never really know. EveMissionReports.com does not have all the 100% correct info on whether or not it will drop something, because a lot of it is left to chance.
These missions are changed up every once in a while by CCP. They will adjust things in them. So those mission reports may not be up to date because somebody may not have submitted the changes that have been made yet.
Now you'll notice on our CTV99live.com that those mission reports are included in the entry with the videos that are on there. If you just click the more info when you click on the video, you should be able to see the entire mission report of what was there and the approximation of bounties and tag values. So you can kind of see what we're making and how we're continuing on. We're doing that just as a service. But like I said, you are more than welcome to take a look over there and see how that is. So the Stargate is just getting down to about 30% structure, and then it will pop, and I will get moving towards the can that I need to pick up so we can turn this mission in. It looks like we didn't get a payout blip here, so let's take a look at that while we're waiting. Just a little over 1 million in bounty, and this is from the last mission. This does not include the guys that we just killed, so hopefully that will come in here in just a few minutes. Now we're down to about 10% armor on this particular Stargate. 11%, 9% now. actually wish you could change a little bit of this up so you could just see that stuff directly, but unfortunately they are not allowing that right now.
If you just stay right where you're at, I will tractor in this can.
Okay. So I forgot to pick up my sentries anyway, so it's a good thing that I stopped. I'm just going to tell it to automatically open it, so it should just start flying right towards it until it is in range. Which won't be too terribly far, and then I should be good to go here. And there we go. I happen to have my livestock, aka prisoners. So now I can go ahead and go back and turn this in.
Warp drive active.
And I will stay here with the salvager just in case our random spawn happens to appear. I believe we got a Sansha tag.
Ooh.
Not sure where it went, and there it is.
It'd be kind of nice if it was actually worth something.
Nope, we're not that lucky.
Well, we can't be lucky every time, unfortunately.
Only worth 5,400.
Well, nonetheless, it's another tag to throw into our tags can, just so that we have another one to show that we did complete a mission of such.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I'm going to go ahead and turn in part 1 here and see what it says we're supposed to do for part 2. The part 1 is now complete. Now we're on to part 2. Part 2 is against the Sansha Nation, yet here again, it is in a different system than we were in last time. It is paying almost 3,000 loyalty points and just a hair under 1.7 million ISK. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and undock.
I'm just now heading back to the gate to head back into the staging system. Oh, and right as I warped off, our guy spawned in.
Aw, did the salvager leave too?
Yes, they both left right as he popped into the area.
Oh, we just missed it then. That's just our luck for the night. So unfortunately, there's no way to get back there because I have already turned in the mission. So we will just have to miss out on that one and go, well, next time we know after we turn in the mission, he's probably going to spawn in. What a little pain in the ass.
Yes, that kind of sucks because he does have the possibility to pay out very, very well.
His tag would have been worth quite a lot, I'm imagining.
I don't know about his tag. His bounties are set at anywhere from 1 to 10 million, depending on which one you get. So, I will warp back to the station here so you can warp us to whatever system we are heading to next. Yes, I've only had this mission a few times, and the best bounty I've had on him was 2.5 million.
One of these times we're going to find something a little better. You just never know. I did finally get our notification that we have a faction mission now.
All right.
So as soon as we complete this one, then we will move on to that one. Now I'm going to go ahead and warp the squad in. Even though they're quite a ways away from me, they will still end up at the same point.
We are actually in the same warp bubble, it appears.
That's really funny with how far away you were.
Yep, but it will slowly drag us together on here, and we will end up about 3,000 meters from each other.
Here he comes. He just keeps getting closer and closer and closer, and one of these times he's just going to hit me. And then he disappears.
Nope, I am right there next to you, about 4,000 meters to your left.
There he is. So we're now here, and we're going to go ahead and go through the gate and get started on the second part of this mission. As soon as you're through, let me know, and we'll get right in here.
I am through if you want to warp us, and then I will stop the Noctis so he does not follow. I'm not sure if this one is gated or not. I don't believe it is.
And it looks like we made the exact same warp bubble all over again.
I think you're stalking me.
Hey, you're the one who keeps getting behind me here. I think you're the stalker.
Actually, it shows I'm in front of you on my screen, so...
You're lucky this time. As you'll see, I am posting our Twitch feed in each system that we happen to run into, just trying to get someone to say hello. Here we go. We've got a bunch of little guys here. We got some Centis lords that are very close, so we're going to go ahead and just start on those. They are already locking me up, so we want to get these guys taken out fairly quickly here.
I am already heading for the cruisers.
And I'm going to let you take care of those while I work on these two battleships. Now, all of these are a bounty pay mission, so we might stick around in that very last room this time with a fighting ship just in case something shows back up. Now, one way we could have made sure that we could have gotten back would have been to have bookmarked a wreck just in case, so we could jump right back in and see, you know, and go ahead and kill the last guy that was there before he warped off again.
Unfortunately, since you had turned in the mission as soon as the last ship left, he would disappear, and it would not matter if we had bookmarked it or not. I guess it would help if I would activate my stasis web on this guy.
That would help just a bit, I would think. And we are now on to the last guy that's in the room here. And then we'll move on into the actual first room. At this point, this is just the entry gate.
I will approach that gate as I get our salvager into this room. Might as well reload my guns while I'm on the way.
Here we go in the next room already here. They are all in one big complex, lots and lots of guns. So I'm going to go ahead and get out my short-range sentries again, and the first thing that I'm going to start on is going to be all of these multitude of guns. And we have stasis towers as well that I need to take out. We're going to get the stasis tower off of here first, and then we're going to continue to move on. The stasis towers will slow him down quite a bit, so I want to make sure to get those off the list.
I'm going to go ahead and start getting these guys locked up, and start on ones coming in.
Now, as you can see, I'm webbed already, and I am down to 69% shields already. So they are starting to pound through me here. See if I can bring that up so you can actually see the readout. There you go. Now you guys can actually see the readout of where I'm at on my current shields and armor. Should probably go ahead and take out the rest of these guns and cruise missile batteries. That would take a lot of that damage off of me, instead of worrying about the single Sentis Lord that's here, because I can very, very quickly get through their shields and armor. And as these guys are slavers, my guess is they want to make me their slave. However, I am not a willing participant. Get a good look here at this Sentis Salvage Lord. Let's see what he actually looks like. Oh, he looks just like the last one we saw earlier.
Oh, and I am now webbed by one of these frigates. I better start up my armor reps and get them going, as they just finished off my shields.
Yep, they have quit targeting me, so I'm assuming that they are completely targeting you now.
We have containers all over the place in here.
I did not look to see if I actually need to pick anything up here. So I'm going to take a quick look at that and see. It just says we have to find the slavers and destroy them, and that actually just ended it. The last slaver is now dead. Now we're just going to look and see if there's any good buildings in here that we need to take care of. And there are not. Everything is just a fence or a wall or a barrier, and none of those we really care about destroying, as they don't have any chance to drop anything. So that ends that part. I'm going to go ahead and head to the Stargate here to get this one turned in, and then we'll do that faction mission that just popped up.
Since we got a fighting mission the other day, my guess is going to be that this faction is either a courier or a mineral mission.
Yep, you're probably right. That's probably what it's going to be. But however, at any rate, it will be worth some faction standings to me. And it will be an increase in standings for the particular corporations that we're doing them for everyone else in the fleet. Here we go, we're back in home system now, so we're going to go ahead and get this one turned in. Looks like we might have got another bounty payout here. We did 776,000 for the Berserkers, the Demon, the Devil, and the Sentis Dreadlord. I assume those are from the previous mission, not the one that we just completed.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay, here we go. We're going to go ahead and get this one turned in here. And that will take care of that one. Now we're going to go ahead